Hi guys. Well, it looks like that Facebook Live from my Mac just was not working out. So I had to, of course, go to my trusted device, my iPhone. So anywho, good morning again. I just wanted to come on. It's been a little bit since I have shared with you guys a little bit of my journey and kind of helping you guys understand how I'm able to persevere through obstacles that seem to always pop up in my life. So I just want to share some things with you guys. Some of you all that I know personally, I've kind of shared little bits and pieces with you, but I have come to learn that keeping my successes in my journey hostage is not good. I need to share my message and how I'm able to overcome things and still keep a smile on my face and keep going whenever something that would just the average person would just give up on and just be like, forget it, I'm not doing this anymore. How am I able to keep going? As you can see from thanks Rashonda, how are you? Thanks for joining me. As you guys can see from my description, I've been through a lot of things in the past 16 months, and to be honest with you, that's not even the half of it. I just didn't want to list everything, and we can go on and on and on. I'm not doing this to play the victim or anything like that. I just want to share with you guys my process and the way that I have been able to overcome these things and in the end discover a new gift that I did not know I possessed. So let's get started here. Like I said, I have shared with you guys that I suffer from bipolar disorder type 2. I am almost 24 years. I have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I don't take medication for it. So at times it's a big struggle for me. And for those of you that do not understand and don't know a lot about mental illness, just getting out of bed takes a lot of energy when you are in a depressive state. Right now, I am in the middle. I am currently going through a nice calm phase where I'm between a manic episode and a depressive episode. I'm just like perfectly in the middle. Hey Hugh, thanks for joining me. So right now I'm happy, I'm fine, I'm doing great. But there are times when one bad thing happens to me, it can fester and take hold of the depressive side of my bipolar disorder, and it can literally debilitate me where I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to eat, I don't talk to anyone. I will lock myself away and seclude myself away for months on end and won't think twice about it. And some of the things that have happened to me over the past 16 months, I have been this close to doing that. There have been several times when I just want to give up. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And anyone that pretends like they are, they're just lying to themselves. So I have been able to recognize and listen and heed. Again, I have been able to recognize, listen, and heed advice and my prayers being answered and guidance from God through all sources. Now, it has not been easy. It has not always been this way. I'm 45 years old, and I would say within the past 4 years, been able to hone in and really decipher and listen to and recognize when God is sending me my answers to my prayers and the answers and the way out of things that I'm going through in my life. So that is how I've been able to do that. So many people that I've met here locally in Phoenix, and people that I have never met personally through Facebook Live and just social media in whole, have been answers to my prayers and some of the things that I have been going through. Social media has also played a part in some of the devastating things that have happened in my life. But through that devastation, in the end, I have been able, like I said, been able to recognize and come out on the end. I think I'm a winner for that. In the end, I'm the one that benefited the most from it, because I discovered a gift, again, like I said, I did not know I possessed. So I'm going with that. So what I want to say to you guys is, during trying times, when it seems like everything is going wrong. I had just paid my car off when I moved to Arizona in 2014. I have a 2001 Mercedes C240. Just paid it off. 2 weeks after I paid it off, it rained here, flooded, all that crap. My daughter drove my car through the flood waters and blew out my engine. Yeah. I paid it off early just for her to drive it through flood waters and blow out my engine. So you guys can imagine that hefty repair tag on that. Took it to a black mechanic to support. Let's just say, long story short, I ended up having to take it to someone else because they didn't even connect it together right, and they didn't even do all of the repairs that I paid them for. Neither here nor there. Fast forward, I sent my car last June to have my air conditioner replaced, my condenser, my compressor, all of the components to have your air conditioning working in your car. Let's just say that somehow it ended with the control panel to my transmission being burnt out. Hence, I have no car. That is a very, very, very hefty repair tag. Now, at the time that my car is immobilized again, I am on medical leave from work. My health started to really decline, and I had a lot of issues, and it prevented me from working. So I'm on medical leave from work. My income stops. So I'm going back and forth and appealing my income with my job that I should be getting, but for some reason I'm not getting. So from May through November of last year, I didn't have an income. Yeah, it was hard. And by the graces of God, I still had a roof over my head. I kept in communication with my landlord, letting them know what was going on. Whenever I did get a little bit of money, I would still spend and pay my bills as I could. So if you're keeping tab, I now am not working, no income, and no transportation. That's 3 things. I have no family here in Phoenix, so I'm pretty much here alone. I get to, let's say, November, and it got to a point where my landlord's boss was on him for me not paying my rent, and forced him to either evict me or lose his job. So yeah, here I am in eviction court. I show up. The judge was surprised that I show up. Right, I would say this is like a week before Thanksgiving. Didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to pay. I hadn't paid rent from May through November. So yeah, that was a pretty penny. Didn't know where I was going to get that money from. And I go to court to get evicted. Yes, I technically, legally was evicted. The landlord, I'm not going to say the landlord. The judge said that, you know, do whatever you can it's the holiday. I'm not going to evict you during the holiday. You actually showed up. Most people don't even show up. So just, I'll give you to Monday, see whatever you can do. All I could do was pray. That was all I could do. So literally the next day, I get a call from my job HR department in regards to the second level appeal that I had did regarding my short-term disability pay, to tell me that they approved it. So yes, imagine how elated I was to finally be able to pay my bills, and literally the next day after I had been evicted. So I got my money. I was like, yes, I can get my car fixed, find out exactly what's wrong with it, all this good stuff. So things are starting to look up. Pay my rent, secured it, put some away to be able to, pay it for the next couple of months, get my car towed to the shop to find out what's wrong with it. Well, yeah, let's just say that was that is a $3,000 repair bill. My car is still in the shop. It's in storage, so I'm making payments to get that fixed. And yeah, in the midst of all of these things, my naivety and my willing to trust and believe in people and in their word and what they say, I decided to venture into a contract with someone. Yes, we had a legal contract that they pretty much lied about. Let's just say, I'm not going to go too much into detail, I was just scammed out of $3,300. Now, listen, I just said all of these troubles that I had been going through, money I had put away and everything, and yeah, pretty much wiped me clean. Contact all authorities, all of that is being taken care of. Sue in court case going on. It has not been settled yet with that. So I have all of these things that are just piling up. And again, I'm bipolar. So normally what I do is it's like a domino effect. Things just, when they keep piling up and happening and happening and happening, I just sink deeper into a depression. So on one end, I have this voice telling me, this is just too much. You are not going to get through this. You just might as well give up right now. You here by yourself. Don't nobody care about you. You don't have no money. You don't have a car. The money you did have, you just gave it away to somebody knowing you should not have done that. So I have one side of me that's just like beating me down. Every negative thing and every bad thing that has ever happened to me, when I go through something bad, it's like the dam has been opened and it just rushes. So it piles on and it piles on and it piles on to, and it attaches itself to the depression, the depressive side of my bipolar. And if I allow it to just stick and take hold, I won't do anything. And at one point, I was like that. I'm like, I am just defeated. I could not understand why someone would do something like that to me. I would never, lie to someone and scam someone out of their money and mislead them in such a way that they had done. So it really hurt me. And I can remember I'm on the phone with my oldest daughter, and she said to me, I don't want to talk to you right now when you're like this. I don't know who you are. You are not my mother. I am not used to you being like this. I'm used to you, being down for a moment, but you always pick yourself up. You always brush it off and be able to keep going and do whatever it is you need to do to press forward. I had to like take the phone away from my ear for a moment and realize, like, who am I on the phone with? And this was actually my child. And then I hear this other voice saying, she's right. You know she's right. You cannot let these people defeat you, because that's what they want to do. You are too close to living and fulfilling your life's destiny to allow them to claim victory over you and over your life. Don't allow it to happen. So I got off the phone with my daughter, and I just got on my knees and I prayed. And I prayed for strength. I meditated. I listened to my audiobooks that I tend to go through when I am having a hard time. Good morning, Johnny. I listened to T.D. Jakes' Instinct. I listened to The Alchemist. And I listened to... there's one more. I can't remember the title. Forgiveness. It's something about forgiveness and forgetting, or something like. It's another T.D. Jakes book. Anywho, so I listened to all of those things, and I suddenly just felt peace. I felt at peace. I was no longer stressed. I wasn't worrying about how I was going to pay for things and where was money going to come from. I just let it all go. I listened to my then 20, well, she still is 24. Yeah, she'll be 25 in a couple of weeks. So I listened to what my daughter said, and like I said, she was right. I do. And that's what my children are used to seeing. When things happen in my life that just would take me out, I just seem to still persevere through those. I will admit that I have contemplated and in the past attempted suicide. So, and the only thing that kept me from going through with ending it all was my children. And now my grandchildren. So I recognize that God was sending messages to me through my child and through other people that I had came encounter with via social media. So I listened to those people, and I didn't allow those things to defeat me. When in all actuality, if I just wanted to break down and cry, I had every right to, and I still have not shed a tear, over everything that has happened to me. I still haven't cried about it, but I didn't allow it to dictate my present and my future for me. So I mourned the loss of people that I had thought I developed relationships with here locally and considered them as friends. They pretty much abandoned me and treated me like crap, but that's okay because I allowed them to do that, and I didn't beat myself up from that. I just look at it as it's a lesson learned, and I do not allow that to hinder any future relationships that I may develop with other people. So going through all of this, and this is only February. So all of this stuff has happened, and we're just at, no, we're not even at February. We're in January. So at the beginning of the year, I was scammed at the beginning of the year. So all of this stuff has happened. I'm like, I have, at this time, because I had been on medical leave for so long, my job, I went back to work, but I was still unable to fulfill my duties at work. So I end up resigning. So here I am again. I am jobless, incomeless, and all of those things. Not knowing what's going to happen, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to eat, how I'm going to pay my bills, what's going on. But I did still have some money put away to take care of my rent for 3 months. So I did make sure I had that. So I had 3 months to figure out what I was going to do. So come March, I get an email saying that I have a pending deposit. And I'm like, from where? From who? What? Anywho, let's just say God blessed me with twice the amount that was stolen from me, that was scammed from me. So I was able to get things back going. But in the midst of all of these things, I discovered that I knew how to sew. So in April, I launched my Melanated Queens Designs by Lisa Marie line. And I have just been, as you guys can see, turning out things over and over and over and over again. So I know I've kept you guys long, but I just wanted to share with you guys, and God has been telling me to stop holding that hostage, stop being embarrassed about it, because someone needs to hear what you've been through to get you to where you are. So I know you guys may look and see my posts and see me hop on Facebook Live ever so often, and everything seems all hunky-dory, peaches and cream and all of that stuff, but things are not always what they appear to be. It has not been easy sailing, smooth road for me. I have had obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, and I still have obstacles that I am overcoming right this very minute. But what I am not allowing these obstacles to do is to cement themselves to me in my present and in my future. It's okay to vent. So I do vent every now and then, and more so I'm trying to learn how to get away from is venting. When someone asks me a question and talks to me, I'm teaching myself to get out of the habit of rehashing and vomiting all of that unhealthiness and all of the tragedy and the disappointments that I have been through over the past 16 months onto a new person, because whenever I do that, it just resurfaces it. And it brings it back out into the universe. So this is my last time talking about these things, because I had to get them out, but in a way to help someone else overcome whatever it is that they're going through. Hey, LaShawn, how are you? Thank you, sweetie. Someone else needs to hear this message so that they can heal and know that they are not alone. You are not alone in whatever it is that you are going through. Trust and believe. The circumstances may not be the exact same as mine were, but anything, if you're waking up in the morning, you can overcome anything. Anything financial. I am not the wealthiest. I still don't have my car repaired and out of the shop. I still can't do the things that I want to do and help the people that I want to help, because my finances don't have me in a place where I want to be. I still do not have all of the equipment that I wish that I could have as far as my design business. I still don't have all of the resources and the finances that I want to take my magazine to the next level. I don't have those things, but you know what? It's okay. I am not going to dwell on what I don't have, but I am going to celebrate and enjoy and embrace in the things that I do have. And the people that have come into my life, those that I've given birth to, and those that I have met on social media that we have yet to meet in person, and those that I have met in person, I am going to celebrate, embrace, love, and enjoy all of the things that God has blessed me with to this point. So that's what I want to challenge you guys with doing. Yes, I have bipolar, but bipolar does not have me. Meaning I am not allowing it to longer take hold and control my life. I am controlling it, is what I'm doing. And if I can do it, you most definitely can do it. You definitely can. There is nothing you cannot do that you do not put your mind to doing. I told you, I just started sewing in April. I don't know how to draw. I know how to draw stick figures. So I don't know how to sketch. I have not taken a class. I just see a design in my head. I see a photo for inspiration. I just do it. And then I FaceTime with my mom, who is a seamstress, so she helps me a lot with a lot of things. But again, I didn't allow all of those obstacles and those bad things and those people that complimented, y'all saw my post this morning, that complimented me on my talents yet used me for my gifts. I didn't allow those users and all of those things to anchor and weigh me down to a point that I did follow through on those thoughts of suicide that I have had. And I'm not gonna lie, I will always have those thoughts, because sometimes I can't control them. But, well, I'm not gonna say I can't control them. I can't stop them from coming. But what I can do is control what I allow them to do to my life. So we may not be able to control outside things, but what we can do is control what we put out and what we do and how we react and how we respond to the obstacles in our life. If you need to vent, get it out, but don't dwell in it. Don't keep rehashing it over and over and over and over and over again. You will stay in that state because you love to be in that state if you keep rehashing it. If you don't look at the lesson that you were meant to learn from that obstacle or that bad thing that happened in your life, if you don't look at it to learn the lesson that you were meant to learn, you're going to stay there. And some people like to do that, and that's unhealthy. That's self-abuse. Stop abusing yourself. You deserve more. So I'm going to leave you guys with that because I can go on and on and on and talking to you guys forever. Thank you for taking time out of your days to talk with me. I know you guys are busy, and I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Feel free to share this message with anyone you feel may need to hear it and benefit from it. And by all means, if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. So I will chat with you guys later. I have to get started on, this is day 2 of my skirt donation drive for young ladies in the community. So I'm getting ready to get started on my second skirt, and I will post pictures of it later on. Now you guys can still donate to it too if you guys want to. So anywho, thanks again. I will chat with you guys later. Bye-bye.